If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net, doing something I've never done before. I'm here at Oriole Park in Camden Yards, as you can see. It is day one of the Give a Spit tour, and we encourage everyone to give a spit. And I'm rooting for the home team everywhere, and this is my home team, and I've been an Oriole fan my whole life. A Jen Strong sticker. This is Cal Ripken. Now, honestly, out here, I thought that they had plaques. I thought there would be like some records or like accomplishments, something about 2131, but there's not, but it's still pretty cool. But there's nothing here if you didn't know about Oriole history. If you're here to learn, you'd say, who is Cal? And you need some guy like me here to explain to you that, you know, Cal Ripken's from Aberdeen. He came up in 1981, 82, 83. He's the MVP of the league. Won the World Series. Played in 2,131 consecutive games, breaking Lou Gehrig's record. And it's a good guy, too. We had fun in Beijing. You should Google that video. But this is a beautiful statue. Feels like you could like touch the glove and put a ball in there. All these statues are beautiful. I mean, they were long overdue, quite frankly. I probably should save Brooks for last. So Brooks is over there. So let's go do Eddie Murray. So Eddie Murray, batting left-handed. I don't think there's anybody, certainly nobody in Colgate, didn't have the Eddie Murray stance in wiffle ball. You know what I mean? These are kind of beautiful because they've got good light on them, quite frankly. This is pretty cool. So I like the fact that his hat is the cartoon Oriole bird hat. Kind of like that. But again, no plaque. And they got Eddie right going on. The fro's not as full as like maybe the Nike cartoon thing would be. Like my wife's fro. She's got a fro, see? There she curls. You get Eddie Murray's hair, honey. Anyway, so Eddie's got the mustache rocking. He's about to belt one out. And you know, right when he got into the crouch, they were yelling, Eddie, Eddie. You know how many times I did that on 33rd Street? Crazy. We gotta save Brooks for last, so let's go do Frank. So this is Frank dropping the bat, probably Mother's Day 68 when he hit it out of 33rd Street. And again, I really kind of came over here to read from plaques, expecting there to be like a story about the Triple Crown in '66 or the trade from Cincinnati. Here's one thing about Frank Robinson, and I learned this week from Janet Marie Smith, that look around at Camden Yards. And tonight's the first night of our tour, and this classic ballpark design with the overhang and the bleachers, every part of this ballpark was stolen from another ballpark. But Frank Robinson loved Crosley Field in Cincinnati, which doesn't exist anymore, and I'm looking forward to going there. And Frank was with the Orioles, general manager and the manager during that period of time in the late 80s, early 90s. And they asked him about the old ballparks that didn't exist anymore that he actually played in. Because he played in a lot of the ballparks that were torn down between the 50s and the 60s. He was part of the first transition of ballparks. So he was pretty instrumental when Janet Marie said when we went to ask Frank Robinson what was Crosley Field like, he said, well, it kind of looked like this and it played like that. And ballparks are cool because they're asymmetrical. They're not all the same. So Frank Robinson, let's get a look at the front of him. Genuine Louisville slugger, Frank Robinson. Hill Ridge and Gradsby. Look at that. And I want to see the bird up on top. Yeah, that's the 66 bird up there. 66 bird. All right, let's go see Jim Palmer. Gotta have to get a wide shot for the leg kick in this one. I'll tell you what, honestly, with these statues, the best part of these statues is that they're legitimately portraying a movement or an iconic signature pose. Now, I don't know why Cal was fielding and not batting. Probably had about 100 batting stances. But Frank Robinson dropping the bat, awesome. Eddie Murray in the crouch. But Palmer with the leg kick, fantastic. This here, Jim Palmer's the greatest Oriole ever. Don't let him, I mean, no disrespect to anybody out here. Jim Palmer, just Google the numbers, check out the shutouts, the complete games, the longevity. My dad used to call him Candy-Ass Palmer. Dude was a warrior, and I still love watching him on Masson, even though I don't like Masson. There's no better broadcaster than Jim Palmer. All right, Earl, let's go see the Earl. Nice crowd here tonight, Oriole Park in Camden Yards. Night one. Probably got 42 here tonight. Now this is Earl. If they really wanted to do Earl justice, and Earl was still alive when the statue was here, they would have had, that kind of is doing Earl justice. He's kind of looking at you like, are you effing kidding me? Whenever I'm in a bad mood, whenever I'm down, I YouTube the Earl Weaver tirade to enjoy it. This is good though. That's a good image of Earl. It's a little bigger than Earl. I mean, Earl should be smaller than all the rest of them because, well, he was. All right, saving the best for last, Brooks Robinson. And again, I really wish they had like plaques here to like read off of. But you have me. That looks the least like any of these. Looking at the face, that doesn't look like Brooks. We should go across the street to the real statue. His stance was a little wider at third base too, as I remember it. But this is the one that looks the least like all of them. This is the first time I've been near any of these. But Brooks, yeah, doesn't look like Brooks. But I love Brooks. This is the best guy to ever put on this jersey here. Brooks Robinson. Always been kind to me. Never met a stranger. Love Brooks Robinson. Actually like this. So here's the deal. I'm visiting here because I'm going to all these ballparks. I really hope you go to giveaspit.com and the hashtag giveaspit. Get on the bone marrow registry, save a life. My wife is an absolute miracle. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? But we're going to all these ballparks, and a lot of them have Hall of Fames. And then there's certain franchises with no history at all, and we're really lucky here. San Diego only have one statue. They got Tony Gwynn. We'll go see that in a few weeks. But I'm looking forward to Monument Park. I'm looking forward to Cooperstown. Looking forward to the Negro Hall of Fame. Looking forward to seeing what's at Dodger Stadium, because I know Janet Marie's done some stuff there, and that's an organization with tons of history, and the Giants have tons of history. So we're going to do a history tour here as we go across the country and check it out. I'm Nestor. I hope you give a spit. I hope you check us out in the Bahia Toyota Audio Vault, as well as at WNST.net. You can listen live from anywhere in the world by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. It's free of charge. The morning newspaper, the tech service. We're doing lots of cool stuff, and we're giving a spit.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.